guess what? Back for another comic book haul. Glad you could join me. Picked this up at the Dollar Tree for the cat. Came over, sniffed it, turned around, and never looked at it again. I think it's cute. Every time I'm feeling down, I just walk by and press that button and kind of lifts my spirits a little bit. But, so, you saw the new release, Miss Liberty, number 21, with Mark Allen on narration. Easy key to find, not that expensive. Her first appearance, Tomahawk. Number 81 from August 1962. It's a really pretty cool DC key, so go ahead and pick that up if you want. Add it to the collection. I bought it as soon as I did research on the character. I had to have that. So we're starting the haul with that one, even though I showed that last year, maybe the year before. Found this on eBay for $5. 1943, early rendition of Bugs Bunny. You can see he was a lot different. It was not, but I think 3 or 4 years later they retooled the character's look. This is a reprint from Bugs Bunny number 1 and number 5. So these can be expensive. I guess this one, because they colored it in, it has some cut crayon here. Got it pretty cheap, but even in this condition, people are wanting like up to $50 for this. So I was happy to find it on eBay. As soon as I saw it, I was like, man, I got to get that. Pretty cool. Has that great smell to it. So there you go. This is called All Picture Comics, a tall comic book. It's by Whitman Publishers. They did the Big Little books. So moving on. So you know me, it's going to be mostly Golden Age, but there are some Marvel keys in here. New stuff. Picked up this one this week. I have the Nightwing waiting for me. This was actually pretty good. Akin to that movie with Liam Neeson on the airplane. I felt it's like fast-paced action in here. Had a great last panel, and I really liked it. The future state, it's more miss. I mean, it's more hit than miss. I'm liking it a lot. There are a few stinkers. Harley Quinn for me was a not very good issue. I picked up the Batman Annual. This is the only new title that I'm picking up on a regular basis. I think Tinian is doing a really great job on this, and I'll continue to pick it up. Actually, I did read this. It was actually pretty good. I forgot that I read this. It's the origin of the Clown Killer. The Clown Hunter. Had a lot to do with the Joker story back from last year. So yeah, the art in here, I didn't know if I liked it or not, because they went like storybook art. So it was kind of weird, but then, you know, after getting to the end of the story, I kind of felt like it fit the story, but even though it wasn't the greatest art, it was different, and I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of fit like a younger, kind of like 12, 13-year-old storybook art that you would find, say, in like Beverly Cleary kind of books. So in a way, it kind of fit the storyline. So in that sense, I kind of started to like it. Picked up this, another British comic. You notice if you watch my videos, I've been picking up more and more of these. Picked up that cool Iron Man last time. Same seller, really nice copy. Johnny Hazard, and I forget who created that. It was a certain artist that created this. I forget who it was, but it's really nice copy, beautiful. It's of course reprints from the comic book series, but it was inexpensive. Thought it was cool. Crimebusters, number 4. And I know someone's going to tell me who that artist is. It just escapes me. I should have looked it up. I do have one of the original comics. I think number 1, actually. Moving on, picked up another copy of Magic Comics, number 83. Really beautiful copy, and this was $5. This is from 1946. Of course, it has Blondie and Dagwood in it, but it also has Mandrake, the Magician. You can see him right there. And of course, I'm trying to pick up the early cover appearances of him. There's 16 of them. So far, I've managed to pick up 7. They're really, really scarce. But look how beautiful that copy is for $5. 1946 is a great copy. I maybe put this maybe at a 6.5, possibly a 7. It's got a bit of a spine roll I can remove. But man, for $5, that's a great copy. And you don't get Blondie on the cover too often. It's usually Dagwood or Baby Dumpling, or I forget the best friend of Baby Dumpling. But not many of them have Blondie on the cover. And when she's on it, it's not really great covers. So that's why I thought great deal with Blondie, and then $5. So enough of that. Talking too much. Okay, so I bid $1,200 for a comic last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. By accident. I meant to put in $12. I ended up putting $1,200. So you can imagine my fear if this book got bid up on auction. Thank goodness it didn't. It only went to like, I think $6. And it was at the last minute, so I couldn't contact the seller and say, look, I made a mistake. Could you take my bid off? Because that's happened to me before. So this was down to the wire. It was the last 5 minutes. Put in this money. And you can see why I wanted the book. It's Buck Rogers, number 100 by Toby Press. And it's missing a centerfold. But for $6, I want it. I think it's a great buy. My goodness, but I put in $1,200, and I'm glad that it didn't get bid up, because I wouldn't be able to honor a $1,200 price on this book. It's a really decent copy, maybe a 3.5, 4.0-ish, and yeah, it's beautiful for $6. It's a great steal. Buck Rogers. I believe this is 1951. And I don't know why. I just didn't have time to put the stuff on the back, which I usually do. 1953. So it's got a bit of a spine split here and here, but you can see it still presents really well. Bit of a subscription crease in there. So yeah, so that was the comic I bid $1,200 on. I don't know if I'll make that the title of this video or not. This was, I won another auction for 99 cents. This is actually a reprint and it says up there, realistic reprint. I tried to do research on the company that reprints this Avon title. Could not find anything. I'm wondering if it's a subsidiary, I don't know. A subsidy of Avon Comic Publishers. But I looked to find any more copies on eBay for sale, could not find one. It's definitely low grade. It's taped on the inside cover. There's some, the cover is completely attached. I think it's hanging on by a thread. But I think it was $3 in shipping, and I won it for 99 cents. $4, beautiful romance from 1953. And the original is 1950, I believe. So tell me what you think of that. Let me know what you think of all of these in the comments below. Okay, so I picked this up for 30, had 45 on it. It's like a maybe a 3.0, 3.5. First appearance of M'Baku, the man-ape leader of the White Gorilla cult, and also first appearance of Wakabi, who's second in command to T'Challa. There's some spec that he may be the next Black Panther, so this book is kind of skyrocketed. I knew my LCS had it, and I thought, hey, I better get in there and see if I can get it. So I grabbed this for 30 bucks. This is from March 1969, number 62. And in high grade, this book goes for around 200 bucks. This is probably, so he had 45, he took 30. So that's right about retail for this grade, I think. Maybe 45 is the price you could probably get it for. So I thought it was a good deal. But weird that this book, which reprints that issue, and this is Jungle Action number 5, first solo title, or first solo Black Panther, supposedly. The first time he appears in this series. This book also goes for almost about the same price, so that's kind of strange. I actually found this, I don't know, like 20 years ago in the dollar bin, so pretty cool history. So those are the Marvel keys right there. If you know me, I love my Golden Age, but I love my Golden Age Western. I picked up a Death Valley #1 for $99.99 on eBay. This is #1. I think this is from 1953 or something like that. I don't know why I didn't research these books. So, Avon, no, Comic Media. This book can be a little bit pricey, especially when it gets into the higher grades. I've been trying to find a copy of this for a while at a decent price. So at $10 for a 3.0, I think I'll take it. Death Valley #1. That was a TV Western show, and I believe that had Lee Majors in it. And Linda something from Dynasty, I forget her name. But the seller also had this. Had a good spine roll in it, and it was a little messed up on the spine, so I did tighten it up. I did press it. Best Western, August 1949. There's only 2 issues of this. It was originally Terry Toons, so it was a funny animal comic by Timely. At the end of the run, it became Best Western for number 58, number 59. This is the 4th appearance of the Black Rider. And then after this issue goes on to become Western Outlaws and Sheriffs, which I do have a copy of one of those. But I thought it was a really cool Black Rider cover. The Black Rider strikes. And this is Marvel's answer to Magazine Enterprises Ghost Rider by Dick Ayers, I believe. So another cool Western for the collection. Now this book, very scarce, very hard to get. In this run, it's Firehair Comics #1 and #2. Then it goes to Pioneer West Romances. And this is the first issue in that run. So that's not, you can see it's #3. And this runs to #7, and then it goes back to Firehair again without the comics on it. So I bought this, I won it in an auction for $37, which I thought was a little expensive, but it is pretty scarce. And it said it was a nice copy. So I bid on it, I won, no one else bid. You can see it looks pretty decent until you realize it has a 2-inch tear all the way through the book. And they never mentioned that in the listing description. So you can tell I was pretty peeved when I got it and opened it up. I told them I'm returning it, it's pretty much trash. They said fine. I did a return request on eBay. They actually returned my money within a couple hours. And then I tried to print out the return mailing label, and it wouldn't let me. It said this case is closed, so I guess I got the book for free. So I guess I'm pretty much happy. I mean, it's pretty much a trash 0.01, but I got it free, so now I can't complain. Got this. I've been trying to get it #1 of this, but I made a stupid mistake with this book. So I went to press it. Was a pretty decent copy, and you can see it's a little brown on the cover. I went to press it. It was like I don't know, 3.0. I tried to maybe make it look a little bit better. But I came back in the room. I was getting ready to leave. I usually throw the press on, let it heat up a little bit, turn it back off. Came back in the room, and I'm like, what smells? I'm like, holy crap, the heat on this book was up to like 500 degrees. Pulled it out. It was all crispy and smelly. Oh my goodness. So it was a $40 book, and no regrets, but it got burnt on the cover. I steamed it quickly to give it some more moisture so that it didn't get brittle and break apart. And you can see You know, you can't have regrets or your life is just miserable, but it's crispy and brown. I mean, it pressed out nice, but it still has a burnt smell to it. But oh well, that's that. So that's Redskin number 1 from 1950. All right, so pick this one. I'm always looking for these from this series. This is number 18 or number 15 from 1951. Gunsmoke. I got a couple issues. People always ask a lot of money, and they are beautiful covers, especially number 1. But I always try to find these at a $30 range with maybe $5 shipping. I really don't want to pay everything more than $35 for them, but they are beautiful. And you can see that one's no exception. It's beautiful. It's got a big P stamp on here. Sometimes, if you look up your books, if they have a little letter written on them, like a P or whatever, they could be from a pedigree collection, which will give them a little bit more value. And what is a pedigree collection? A pedigree collection is coming from a collection that the person that originally owned them bought them off the newsstand, and they're pretty high grade. They got to be like at least a 6.5 or higher. And that person, when they first were bought from the original owner, they're marked, and that's a pedigree collection. Picked up this killer Red Dragon book from 1948. You can see that nice Skull Ghost cover with Ghostbreaker inside. Bob Powell cover, number 3 from 1948. Getting down to the nitty gritty, I picked up a nice blue Beetle, number 45. This is 19. I'm gonna guess. I think it's 47. And it's a 4.0 copy. And it got a great deal. But these last 3 books are from the same seller. And he was selling these way under retail with a buy it now offer. And I offered him $20 less than when he was asking, and he took it on each book. So, except for I think the last book, maybe he only knocked off a little bit because it's really early issue. So he was asking, I think 80 for this. So I put 60 in, and he took it. Thought that was cool. Beautiful cover. That's a Holyoke Blue Beetle. And then this one, he had 50, and I offered him 30, and I was shocked that he took it. Great. It's a low grade, so 1.0 according to him. I probably put it at a 1.8. But Sparkler Comics number 4, you can see with Sparkman on the cover. I have a few of these. Pretty cool character, really awesome cover. Original character and story, but then the rest of the backup stuff is newspaper reprints with Tarzan and Bronco Bill and Nancy and Sluggo and a bunch of different stuff. So really cool. This has an awesome star stamp. I'm trying to do some research. I cannot find anything about that. I have a few people giving me suggestions. My guess, it's a PX stamp that this was bought off a military base. And this is pre-war. So this is before we got into World War II. So this is October 41. And of course, you know, so the issues came out 3 months in advance. So would that put that around somewhere around July release? Now, we didn't get into World War II after Pearl Harbor, which was in December of this year. So pre-war comic, pretty cool. It does have some Nazi fighting in this Sparkman issue. So I always love that. And then we got the last of the haul. This is Blue Beetle number 19. He had $100 on it. Offered him 70. He came back with 95. I jumped on it. Really hard issue to find. This is from March 1943, of course, a war issue. Blue Beetle is fighting Nazis in the first story. And it's in really great shape. I'd probably put this close to a 5.0. Now it has about a 3/4 inch spine split at the top, but the pages inside are really nice. The cover's decently attached. It has a war staple, which is one staple right here, where they're trying to conserve metal for building, for making ammunition. And you can see that's a white cover, how beautiful it looks. Really cool. Some people have mentioned, hey, I showed the interiors, that they want to find a copy of this. To find this book, especially at the money I got it for, is almost virtually impossible. I have not seen this for sale in many, many years online anywhere. So I was happy to get it, happy to add it to the collection. But that's it. That's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this. You know, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I mean, any of these books you own, or would you like to own, or did I get a good deal? I hope I inspire you to get into Golden Age. That's my goal always with this channel. And go back, please check out the lady, or the Miss Liberty video I put up. I'm going to start putting up some other segments and re-releasing them. And also just talked to owner of a confection company in Pennsylvania. They did an unofficial history of a big iconic American character, and I want to do a video on it. So they gave me permission, and he actually said, call me, I want to work with you on this. So that's a future project. It's called American Cartoon Icons. That'll be coming out hopefully before the end of February. But I appreciate all support. This is Nighttiger, and we're just going to get out of here. You guys have a great day.